In our voyage through life's vast tapestry, we weave together an array of relationships. Some of these bonds are like golden threads, enriching the fabric of our existence, while others are knotted challenges that test the serenity of our spirit. In this exploration, let us delve into the wisdom of Stoicism to uncover how it illuminates the path in discerning those who walk alongside us for mutual enrichment, and those who tread a path parallel to ours, seeking only to further their own journey. Part 1. The Stoic Perspective on Relationships. In the Stoics' realm, our credo is a harmonious blend of virtue and clear-eyed rationality, a guiding beacon in the vast sea of existence. This philosophy, rich in its wisdom, teaches us that our relationships, much like a reflection in a still lake, should mirror these timeless principles. They should be gardens where respect blossoms, empathy flourishes like verdant foliage, and mutual growth stands tall like ancient oaks. When these vital elements wither or are found wanting, it might very well be an ominous sign, a whispering wind telling us that we are perceived not as individuals in our own right, with our own intrinsic value, but rather as mere stepping stones or tools in the hands of others. Such a revelation beckons us to question the very nature of these bonds, urging us to look deeper and discern whether we are cherished for who we are, or merely valued for what we can provide. Part 2. The 7 Signals of Being Used. Signal 1. Selective Availability. In the serene and contemplative world of Stoic philosophy, consistency is not just a virtue, but the very cornerstone of a meaningful and harmonious life. Stoicism teaches us that in the intricate dance of human relationships, each step should be taken with a steady, unswerving rhythm, mirroring the unwavering constancy of the natural world. This steadfastness is the foundation upon which the edifice of trust and mutual support is built. When someone's presence in our lives flickers like a candle in the wind, appearing only when the conditions suit them, it casts a shadow on this foundation, revealing cracks in what should be solid ground. The Stoic principle of reliability is akin to the perennial river that flows with gentle determination, always there, always moving. It speaks of a commitment that does not waver with the changing seasons of life, a dedication that remains resolute in the face of life's tempests and calms alike. In the heart of a Stoic lies the understanding that mutual support is a sacred pact, an unspoken agreement to hold each other's hands through the ebb and flow of life's fortunes. This bond is a two-way street, paved with the stones of mutual respect, empathy, and understanding. However, when this balance is disturbed, when one finds themselves always extending a hand but grasping only air in return, it becomes a matter of introspection and concern. Such selective availability is a silent yet potent contradiction to the Stoic belief in mutual aid and shared strength. It raises a poignant question. Are we nurturing a garden of reciprocal growth, or are we merely watering a mirage, a semblance of connection that leaves us parched and wanting? Stoicism, in its profound wisdom, encourages us not to harbor resentment or bitterness in such situations. Instead, it guides us to view these occurrences with a lens of clarity and understanding. It urges us to acknowledge the impermanence of all things, including human connections. Yet, it also reminds us that our worth is not diminished by the inconsistencies of others. Our value lies in our ability to remain true to our principles, to be the steady rock in the shifting sands of human relations. In essence, the Stoic path teaches us to embrace consistency in our dealings with others, to be the reliable friend, the constant companion in both fortune and adversity. It is a call to be the embodiment of the very virtues we seek in others, setting an example of unwavering support and steadfastness. For in the grand tapestry of life, each thread of consistency we weave adds strength and beauty, creating a picture of harmony and mutual respect that stands the test of time. Signal 2, lack of personal interest. In the rich tapestry of human relationships, genuine connections stand out like luminous stars in the night sky, defined by the depth of their conversations and the warmth of mutual care. These connections, as viewed through the discerning eyes of a Stoic philosopher, are the very essence of a meaningful and enriching human experience. In these interactions, words flow not merely from the tongue, but from the soul, carrying with them the weight of truth, the light of understanding, and the warmth of genuine interest. A Stoic, grounded in the pursuit of wisdom and authenticity, cherishes these deep conversations as the fertile soil in which the seeds of mutual respect and understanding are sown. Such dialogues are more than mere exchanges of words. They are the confluence of minds and hearts, where ideas are not just spoken, but felt, where wisdom is not merely imparted, but shared. This is the realm where souls speak in the silent language of empathy, where bonds are forged in the crucible of shared experiences and mutual vulnerabilities. However, in the absence of these profound exchanges, when conversations skim the surface like stones across a still pond, never delving into the depths, a Stoic recognizes the telltale signs of a superficial bond. Such relationships, devoid of the rich layers of deep emotional and intellectual engagement, are like shadows. They mimic the form of connection, but lack its substance. They are like trees that appear verdant and lush from afar, but upon closer inspection are found wanting in roots. To the Stoic, this lack of depth is a clarion call to reflection. It is an invitation to look beyond the facade, to question the foundations upon which these connections are built. Are these relationships nourishing the soul, or merely occupying space? Are they a source of growth and enrichment, or are they but hollow echoes of what could be? A Stoic understands that life's precious moments should not be squandered in the shallows, but invested in the deep and meaningful waters of sincere and enriching relationships. Thus, in the pursuit of authentic connections, a Stoic approaches each interaction with openness and sincerity, ready to offer the gift of deep conversation and genuine care. They remain ever vigilant, aware that true connections are rare gems to be cherished, and superficial ones are chaff to be sifted away. For in the grand journey of life, it is these profound connections that light the way, guiding us through the labyrinth of human experience towards the pinnacle of mutual understanding and shared growth. Signal 3. Guilt and manipulation. In the enlightened path of Stoicism, we are taught to stand as fortresses of serenity amidst the swirling storms of external circumstances. This ancient philosophy imparts a profound wisdom: to be immune to the capricious whims and manipulations of the world outside our inner citadel. Stoicism is not merely a set of beliefs. It is a way of living, a practice of maintaining an unshakable core, rooted in autonomy and guided by the compass of rational thought. When one encounters the subtle, often insidious attempts of others to use guilt as a lever to sway our decisions, it is a direct affront to the Stoic principles we uphold. Guilt, when wielded as a tool of manipulation, is like a poison seeping into the well of our rational minds, muddying the clear waters of judgment and autonomy. A Stoic, in their pursuit of inner freedom, recognizes these tactics as the chains they are, seeking to bind us to the will and whims of another. This philosophy teaches us to observe these attempts, not with anger or resentment, but with the clear-eyed discernment of a sage. Stoicism invites us to step back, to view these machinations from the lofty heights of our rational mind, untainted by the fleeting emotions of the moment. In this space of clarity, we see the true nature of such manipulations, a testament to the lack of respect for our individual autonomy, a disregard for the sanctity of our personal will. To be truly free, in the Stoic sense, is to be the master of one's own mind, to make choices that are reflections of our true selves, not distorted echoes of another's desires. It requires use to cultivate an inner strength, a bulwark against the tides of external influence. This strength lies not in hardening ourselves to the world, but in understanding our own worth, the value of our choices, and the power of our rational thought. Thus, when faced with attempts to manipulate our decisions through guilt, a Stoic responds not with passive acceptance, but with the firm assertion of their autonomy. This response is not born of pride or stubbornness, but from a deep understanding that our ability to choose, to think, to be the architects of our own destiny is a sacred right, to be guarded with vigilance and exercised with wisdom. In this journey, we find that our greatest defense against manipulation is the light of our own reason, the shield of our self-respect, and the sword of our unwavering commitment to live as rational, autonomous beings. In embracing these Stoic virtues, we do not just protect ourselves from external manipulation. We embark on a path of true freedom, a journey towards realizing the full potential of our being. Signal 4. Persistent lack of respect. In the philosophical realm of Stoicism, respect is not merely a virtue, but a fundamental pillar that upholds the dignity of human existence. Respect in relationships, according to Stoic teachings, is akin to the sun in the sky, essential, life-giving, and foundational to the growth and flourishing of human interaction. It is the soil in which the seeds of understanding, empathy, and mutual support are sown, nurturing a bond that can weather the storms of life. A relationship devoid of respect is like a garden starved of sunlight and water. It becomes a barren landscape where the fruits of happiness and fulfillment cannot thrive. In such an environment, the thorns of discontent and the weeds of resentment grow unchecked, choking the potential for true connection and mutual growth. Stoicism, with its emphasis on inner tranquility and the pursuit of virtue, teaches us that a relationship lacking in respect is not only detrimental, but fundamentally at odds with the principles of dignity and self-worth that are central to the philosophy. Respect in Stoic thought is multidimensional. It involves acknowledging the intrinsic value of others, recognizing their rational nature, and understanding their unique journey in life. It is the practice of seeing others not as means to an end, but as fellow travelers in the quest for wisdom and virtue. When respect is present in a relationship, it creates a harmonious symphony of souls, where each individual's dignity is upheld and their voices are heard and valued. However, when respect is absent, the relationship becomes a discordant melody, out of tune with the Stoic ideal of living in accordance with nature and virtue. It breeds an atmosphere of unhappiness, where individuals feel diminished, undervalued, and unseen. Stoicism teaches us to seek relationships that elevate our spirits, that challenge us to grow in virtue, and that honor the inherent worth of each person. In navigating the complexities of human relationships, Stoicism offers a beacon of wisdom. It urges us to cultivate respect, not just as a moral obligation, but as a foundational element of healthy and enriching relationships. It reminds us that in the grand tapestry of life, each thread of respect we weave contributes to a stronger, more beautiful whole. A relationship steeped in respect is a source of strength, a haven of tranquility in the tumultuous seas of life, and a testament to the enduring power of Stoic principles. Therefore, in our interactions with others, let us strive to embody the Stoic ideal of respect. Let us approach each relationship with the reverence it deserves, fostering an environment where dignity flourishes and the noble virtues of Stoicism are brought to life. In doing so, we not only honor ourselves and others, but we also contribute to a world where respect is the cornerstone of all human connections, a world reflective of the highest aspirations of Stoic wisdom. Signal 5. Superficial bonding. In the contemplative landscape of Stoicism, the pursuit of deep and meaningful connections is not just a preference, but a fundamental aspect of a life well lived. Stoics, in their quest for wisdom and personal growth, seek relationships that are like fertile soil, rich with the nutrients of depth, sincerity, and shared understanding. These connections are akin to ancient trees in a venerable forest, their roots intertwined and their branches reaching skyward together, symbolizing the mutual growth and support that Stoics cherish. Superficiality in relationships, from a Stoic perspective, is like a desert mirage, alluring from a distance but ultimately empty and unfulfilling. Such relationships are characterized by a lack of depth, where conversations skim the surface of topics, never diving into the profound waters of true understanding and shared wisdom. In these interactions, the exchange of thoughts and emotions is as fleeting as leaves in an autumn wind, offering no sustenance for the Stoic soul's thirst for genuine connection. For Stoics, every interaction is an opportunity to grow, to learn, and to forge bonds that transcend the ordinary. They seek companions with whom they can share not just moments, but also insights, challenges, and triumphs. The Stoic ideal of a relationship is one where both individuals are engaged in the pursuit of virtue, where each supports the other in becoming the best version of themselves. It's a partnership in the journey towards wisdom, where both parties are committed to exploring the depths of life's questions and the heights of its possibilities. In contrast, when superficiality pervades a relationship, it suggests a lack of genuine interest in the Stoic values of personal growth and mutual enlightenment. Such relationships are like shadows, lacking substance and unable to withstand the test of time and adversity. They do not provide the fertile ground necessary for the seeds of Stoic virtues to sprout and thrive. Instead, they leave an emptiness, a yearning for something more profound, more meaningful. Therefore, in their interactions with others, Stoics approach with a discerning eye, seeking signs of a shared thirst for knowledge and a willingness to delve into the deeper aspects of life. They look for individuals who are not afraid to question, to challenge, and to grow. In cultivating such relationships, Stoics find not just companionship, but also a reflection of their own commitment to living a life of purpose, integrity, and continual self-improvement. In conclusion, the Stoic pursuit of deep and meaningful connections is a journey towards finding those rare individuals who resonate with their ideals, who share their passion for wisdom, and who are willing to join them in the noble quest for a life of virtue. It's a search for relationships that are not just a part of life, but that enrich life's very essence, imbuing it with depth, purpose, and shared joy. Signal 6, absence in crucial moments. In the Stoic philosophy, the moments of adversity and challenge are not merely trials to be endured, but are seen as opportunities for the deepening of bonds and the strengthening of character. In such times, the presence and support of companions are valued above all, shining as beacons of loyalty and solidarity in the stormy seas of hardship. To a Stoic, these are the moments that truly test the fabric of relationships, revealing the strength and resilience of the threads that bind us to one another. The absence of support in times of need, therefore, casts a long shadow over the nature of a relationship, signaling a potential deficiency in the Stoic virtues of loyalty and steadfastness. Such an absence can feel like a cold wind in the midst of winter, a stark reminder of solitude in times when the warmth of companionship is most needed. For Stoics, relationships are not just social constructs, but are sacred pacts of mutual aid and emotional solidarity, a shared journey through the highs and lows of life. In these crucial times, the Stoic approach transcends mere presence. It embodies an active and empathetic engagement, a willingness to share the burden and to offer not just words, but actions of support. It is the hand extended in the darkness, the steady voice in a tumult of uncertainty, and the unwavering commitment that endures through the toughest of times. This is the essence of true support, deeply rooted in the Stoic ideals of mutual respect, understanding, and the shared pursuit of resilience and virtue. However, when this support is absent, when the echoes of our struggles are met with silence or indifference, it is a telling sign. It suggests that the relationship may lack the depth and commitment that Stoicism holds dear. For Stoics, such a revelation is not a cause for bitterness, but rather a moment of clarity and insight. It is an opportunity to reflect on the nature of our connections and to realign our relationships with those who share our values and ideals. Thus, in the Stoic view, the presence and support of companions in times of need are more than just desirable qualities. They are the very pillars upon which meaningful and lasting relationships are built. They are the testaments of a bond that is not just superficial, but one that is forged in the furnace of shared trials and triumphs. In cultivating such relationships, we not only enrich our lives, but also uphold the Stoic virtues of loyalty, support, and the unwavering pursuit of personal and collective growth. In conclusion, for a Stoic, the true measure of a relationship is not found in the joys of prosperity, but in the steadfast presence and support during the trials of adversity. It is in these moments that the true colors of our companions are revealed, and the real value of our connections is tested. The presence of supportive companions in times of need is not just a comfort, it is a reflection of the profound and enduring bonds that embody the best of Stoic virtues. Signal 7. Consistent one-sidedness. In the philosophical landscape of Stoicism, relationships are envisioned as journeys on a two-way street, embodying the ideals of reciprocity and mutual benefit. This vision is akin to a harmonious dance, where each participant moves in sync with the other, creating a beautiful balance of give and take. In this dance, each step, each gesture, is both an offering and a reception, reflecting the Stoic values of equality and interdependence. Consistent one-sidedness in a relationship disrupts this delicate balance, akin to a dance where one partner leads perpetually while the other follows without respite. Such an imbalance contravenes the very essence of Stoicism, which advocates for a life lived in harmonious balance, where each individual contributes to and benefits from the relationship in equal measure. In a one-sided relationship, this equilibrium is lost, and the scales are tipped, leading to a dynamic that is not only unsustainable, but also contrary to the Stoic pursuit of mutual respect and shared growth. The Stoic belief in reciprocity is not merely transactional. It is deeply rooted in the principle of empathy and understanding. It is about recognizing and responding to the needs and contributions of the other, ensuring that both parties are not just heard, but also valued. When this principle is ignored and the relationship becomes a one-way flow of energy, support, or affection, it creates an environment where one person's needs and desires overshadow the other's, leading to a situation where the relationship becomes more of a burden than a source of strength and joy. In such scenarios, Stoics advocate for a thoughtful reassessment of the relationship. This involves an honest and introspective examination of whether the bond truly aligns with the principles of mutual respect and benefit. It calls for an openness to dialogue, an opportunity for both parties to express their perspectives and work towards restoring the balance that has been lost. Ultimately, for Stoics, the goal is not to sever ties hastily, but to foster relationships that are nurturing, equitable, and conducive to personal and collective growth. It is about creating a space where both individuals can thrive, not just coexist. A relationship that consistently embodies one-sidedness is a signal, a reminder to reevaluate and realign the connection with the fundamental Stoic virtues of reciprocity, mutual support, and shared prosperity. In conclusion, a relationship, in the Stoic view, should be a journey of mutual enrichment where each individual contributes and receives in equal measure. It's a path of shared experiences and growth, where the focus is not just on individual gain, but on the collective well-being and advancement. This is the essence of a true Stoic relationship, a balanced, respectful, and mutually enriching partnership. Part 3. Stoic strategies for addressing these signs. In the philosophical realm of Stoicism, the approach to life's challenges is not one of passive resignation, but rather a journey marked by rationality and proactive engagement. Stoics, armed with a deep understanding of the interplay between the external world and the inner self, navigate through life's turbulent waters with a calm and composed demeanor. They perceive challenges not as insurmountable obstacles, but as opportunities for growth, learning, and the strengthening of character. When faced with adversity, a Stoic adopts a measured, thoughtful approach. This involves a careful analysis of the situation, stripping away the layers of emotion and subjectivity to reveal the core issue. Like a skilled navigator charting a course through uncharted seas, the Stoic mind seeks to understand the nature of the challenge, its causes, and its potential solutions. This process is guided by the principles of logic and reason, the twin beacons that light the Stoic's path. In this pursuit, Stoics are not swayed by the tumultuous seas of emotional reactivity. They recognize that while emotions are a natural part of the human experience, they should not be the masters of our decisions and actions. Instead, they adopt a proactive stance, one that involves taking deliberate, purposeful actions that are aligned with their values and goals. This proactive approach is not about controlling the external world, an endeavor that is often futile, but about exercising control over one's own responses and choices. Furthermore, Stoics understand the importance of preparation and foresight. They anticipate potential difficulties and equip themselves with the mental and emotional tools necessary to face them. This preparation is akin to a warrior donning armor, not out of fear, but out of a wise acknowledgement of life's inherent unpredictability. In embracing these challenges, Stoics practice virtues such as courage, perseverance, and resilience. They view each challenge as a crucible, in which these virtues are tested and refined. By approaching difficulties with a balanced and proactive mindset, they transform what could be setbacks into stepping stones towards greater wisdom and inner strength. In summary, the Stoic approach to challenges is a beautiful amalgamation of rationality, proactive action, and the cultivation of virtue. It is an approach that not only navigates through the immediate hurdles, but also contributes to the building of a resilient, wise, and virtuous character, capable of facing the vicissitudes of life with grace and equanimity, reflection, and rational analysis. In the pursuit of a balanced and fulfilling relationship, the Stoic philosophy advises a course of thoughtful reflection and objective assessment. This process, akin to the gentle yet relentless flow of a river carving its path through the landscape, involves a deep and honest introspection into the nature of our interpersonal connections. The key question at the heart of this introspection is whether the scales of the relationship tip more towards being used rather than being appreciated, a vital consideration that can illuminate the true essence of our bonds with others. This assessment requires us to step back, much like an artist retreating a few paces to view their painting in its entirety, to gain a clearer, more comprehensive perspective. It's about looking beyond the immediate emotions and experiences and evaluating the relationship from a broader viewpoint. Are the interactions predominantly characterized by demands and expectations, leaving a residue of exhaustion and resentment? Or do they leave us feeling valued, respected, and genuinely cared for? In this introspective journey, we must sift through our memories and experiences, examining them not through the lens of sentiment, but through the clear, unvarnished glass of objectivity. This involves recognizing patterns. Is there a recurrent theme of being taken for granted, of our efforts and kindness being exploited for someone else's gain? Are our feelings and needs consistently overshadowed by those of the other person, making the relationship a one-sided affair? Conversely, we must also seek instances where we felt truly appreciated, moments where our presence, our efforts, and our essence were acknowledged and celebrated. These are the moments that breathe life into the fabric of a relationship, instilling it with warmth, mutual respect, and a sense of shared joy. This evaluation is not an exercise in judgment or blame, but a pursuit of clarity and understanding. It's about discerning whether the relationship aligns with the Stoic ideals of reciprocity, mutual respect, and shared growth. It requires us to be honest with ourselves, to acknowledge not just the faults of others, but also our own vulnerabilities and desires. Ultimately, this process leads us to a deeper understanding of the nature of our relationships. It empowers us to make informed choices, whether to nurture and invest in these connections, to address and rectify imbalances, or to gracefully step away in search of more fulfilling bonds. In doing so, we honor not only our own worth and dignity, but also uphold the Stoic principle of living a life of purpose, virtue, and genuine connection. Open and honest communication. In the Stoic practice, the art of addressing concerns in our relationships is akin to navigating a ship through a calm sea with both wisdom and grace. Stoicism, with its profound appreciation for straightforwardness and sincerity, teaches us to approach our concerns not as tumultuous storms to be feared, but as opportunities for honest, constructive dialogue. This approach is not about confrontation, but about opening the doors to understanding and clarity. When we address our concerns, Stoicism encourages use to do so with a calm and logical demeanor, as if we are gently laying out the pieces of a puzzle for both parties to see and understand. This process is like painting a picture with words, where each brushstroke contributes to a clearer understanding of the feelings and thoughts that reside within us. It's about articulating our concerns with a clarity that is free from the distortions of heightened emotions or accusatory tones. In this endeavor, we are guided by the Stoic virtues of wisdom and temperance. Wisdom teaches us to choose our words thoughtfully, ensuring that they reflect our true intentions and feelings. It is the skill of translating the language of the heart into words that are both compassionate and clear. Temperance, on the other hand, helps us to moderate our expressions, ensuring that our delivery is as important as the message itself. It's about finding that delicate balance where our words are firm yet keen, direct yet empathetic. This approach to communication is like a dance of sincerity and respect. It acknowledges the importance of expressing our truth, while also valuing the perspective and feelings of the other person. It's an invitation to a dialogue rather than a monologue, where both parties are engaged in a mutual exchange of understanding. In doing so, we create a space where concerns can be aired without fear and resolutions can be reached with mutual respect. Moreover, addressing concerns calmly and logically aligns with the Stoic principle of living in harmony with our inner nature and the nature of others. It respects the dignity of both the self and the other person, fostering a relationship grounded in authenticity and mutual respect. It's a testament to the Stoic belief that sincere and straightforward communication is the cornerstone of any meaningful and enduring relationship. In summary, the Stoic way of addressing concerns in relationships is an elegant blend of calmness, logic, straightforwardness, and sincerity. It's about engaging in conversations that are rooted in respect, understanding, and the genuine desire for harmony and growth. By adopting this approach, we not only address our immediate concerns, but also nurture a deeper, more authentic connection with those around us. Setting boundaries. In the resolute philosophy of Stoicism, self-respect is esteemed as a treasure, a guiding light that illuminates the path to emotional well-being and inner tranquility. Stoics, with their profound understanding of the human psyche, recognize the immense value of maintaining one's dignity and self-worth. This understanding is not an act of self-indulgence, but a vital aspect of living a balanced and virtuous life. Just as a gardener sets boundaries to protect their cherished plants from harm, Stoics set clear, unambiguous boundaries to safeguard their emotional well-being. Setting boundaries, in the Stoic sense, is akin to building a fortress around one's inner sanctuary, not to isolate oneself, but to ensure that this sacred space is not breached by the chaos and turmoil of external forces. It is an act of self-care, a declaration that while the world may whirl around in endless cycles of action and reaction, there is a core within each of us that remains serene, unshaken, and true to our principles. These boundaries are not walls erected in anger or fear, but are constructed with the bricks of wisdom, understanding, and rational thought. They are the manifestation of a deep awareness of our values, needs, and limitations. Setting these boundaries involves a clear articulation of what is acceptable and what is not, what we are willing to tolerate, and where we draw the line. It is a process of defining how we choose to be treated by others, and in turn, how we treat ourselves. In the act of setting boundaries, Stoics are guided by the virtue of courage, the courage to stand firm in their convictions, to speak their truth even if it may be uncomfortable or challenging. This courage is tempered with the wisdom to know that while we cannot control the actions of others, we can control our responses and our environment to a significant extent. It is the understanding that while we are part of the interconnected web of life, we are also distinct individuals with our own paths to follow. Furthermore, in setting boundaries, Stoics practice the art of detachment, the ability to separate one's emotional well-being from external circumstances and influences. This detachment is not a form of cold indifference, but a conscious choice to not allow external factors to disturb the inner peace and equanimity that are essential for a fulfilling Stoic life. In summary, the Stoic practice of setting clear boundaries is a graceful act of self-respect and self-preservation. It is a testament to the understanding that our emotional well-being is paramount and that by protecting it, we are better equipped to face the world with strength, clarity, and a calm spirit. In doing so, we not only honor ourselves, but also set an example of dignity and self-care that can inspire others to do the same. Seeking support. In the Stoic journey towards wisdom and understanding, the counsel of wise and trusted friends is like a beacon of light in a sometimes dark and perplexing world. Stoics, with their deep appreciation for knowledge and perspective, understand the immense value of seeking guidance from those whose judgment and insight have stood the test of time. This act of consultation is not a sign of weakness or indecision. Rather, it is an acknowledgement of the vast tapestry of human experience and the richness that different perspectives bring to our understanding of life. Consulting with wise friends is akin to a gardener seeking advice from fellow cultivators, each with their own unique experiences of nurturing, different terrains and climates. These friends serve as mirrors, reflecting back to us aspects of ourselves and our situations that we might be too close to see clearly. They provide a sounding board for our thoughts and feelings, helping us to sift through the clutter of our minds to find clarity and direction. Their insights are like stars in the night sky, guiding us through the darkness of uncertainty and doubt. In the Stoic practice, the value of these consultations lies not just in the answers or solutions that friends may offer, but in the very act of engaging in meaningful dialogue. This exchange of ideas is a fertile ground for the growth of wisdom and understanding. It is a process of sharing and receiving, where we open ourselves up to new perspectives and allow ourselves to be challenged and inspired. It's an exercise in humility, recognizing that no matter how much we know, there is always more to learn from the experiences and insights of others. Trusted friends, in their wisdom, often help us to see the world in a different light. They can challenge our assumptions, broaden our horizons, and encourage us to question and reflect. They can also provide comfort and support, reminding us of our strengths and the values we hold dear in moments of doubt or confusion. Their perspectives are invaluable, not because they have all the answers, but because they help us to formulate the right questions. In summary, the Stoic practice of consulting with wise and trusted friends is a celebration of the collective human wisdom. It is a recognition that in the journey of life we are not solitary wanderers, but part of a community of minds, each with something valuable to contribute to our understanding of the world and ourselves. By valuing the insights and perspectives of others, we enrich our own perspective, develop a deeper understanding, and navigate our path with greater wisdom and clarity. Willingness to walk away. In the Stoics' enlightened path, there exists a profound understanding that sometimes the most rational and healthy choice is to create distance from toxic influences. This decision, far from being an act of weakness or escape, is a testament to the value placed on inner peace and the quality of one's inner life. Stoics, with their deep commitment to tranquility and virtue, recognize that in the garden of the mind, it is crucial to weed out harmful influences that can choke the growth of serenity and wisdom. Choosing solitude over harmful company is akin to a skilled sailor choosing to steer their vessel away from turbulent waters. It is a conscious decision to avoid environments and relationships that are stormy and disruptive, in favor of calmer seas where one can navigate with clarity and purpose. This choice is made with the understanding that our surroundings deeply influence our state of mind and our ability to live a virtuous life. Just as a tree cannot thrive in poisonous soil, the Stoic knows that their character cannot flourish in a toxic environment. This distancing is not an act of isolation, but rather a strategic retreat, a chance to regroup and center oneself in an atmosphere that nurtures rather than depletes. In solitude, away from the tumult and clamor of toxic influences, one can find a sanctuary of peace. Here, in this quietude, the Stoic is able to reflect, to reconnect with their core values, and to listen to the voice of reason and wisdom that often gets drowned out in the cacophony of the world. The choice of solitude over harmful company is also a reflection of the Stoics' deep respect for their own well-being and dignity. It is an acknowledgement that our mental and emotional health is paramount, and that preserving it often requires tough but necessary decisions. This form of self-care is not about running away from challenges, but about recognizing which battles are worth fighting and which are better left behind. In essence, the Stoic practice of distancing oneself from toxic influences is a celebration of self-respect and an affirmation of one's commitment to living a life of inner peace and harmony. It is a choice that honors the Stoic belief in the importance of cultivating a tranquil mind and a virtuous life. By choosing solitude over harmful company, the Stoic is not merely escaping negativity, but actively choosing a path that leads to growth, wisdom, and the truest form of inner peace. In the graceful wisdom of Stoicism, we learn the art of living with integrity, virtue, and rationality. These principles, when applied to our relationships, become beacons guiding us to surround ourselves with those who respect, value, and positively contribute to our lives. It's a Stoic truth that in the tapestry of human connections, we possess the power to choose those who reflect and honor our values. By embracing this philosophy, we cultivate relationships that are not just meaningful, but also nurturing, creating a circle where mutual respect and genuine appreciation are the norm. Stoicism, thus, teaches us not just to exist, but to thrive in harmony with others, guided by the virtues that enrich our lives and souls. Thank you for watching. If you found this video helpful, please like and share it. Don't forget to subscribe for more content on how Stoic principles can enhance your life. Until next time, embark on your journey with discipline and resilience, guided by the timeless wisdom of Stoicism.